These are the hottest new Android foldables on the market, the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold and the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. And I'm here just to give you some off-the-cuff comments and my thoughts on which of these is better. So we can start with design, and of course the obvious thing, the Galaxy Z Fold has this super narrow external display, whereas the Pixel Fold has the wide external display. Everybody's talking about this. No sense in repeating, but I figured that I may add some more perspective by saying that this is a deliberate decision by Samsung. I've asked. Samsung's point with this being so narrow is that they actually want to give you an actual two-in-one device, one with a small screen that you can use with one hand and then the big screen when you open it up. Not a lot of users vibe with this though, which is why you see manufacturers like OnePlus and of course Google give you the full screen phone experience on the outside with a thin body, so it feels as much as a normal phone as it can, and then the added bonus of boom, even bigger screen. So I can see both points. When I'm living with the Z Fold 6, for example, I will use the external screen for quick replies or just to delete a bunch of spam emails or to track my food order. And that's great, but I very often feel annoyed when it feels cramped as I'm trying to dual thumb type. If I'm doing anything that takes more like 40 seconds on this phone, I just feel the need to commit and open it up. Then on the Pixel, I can use the external screen for everything. I can check messages, compose lengthy replies, check social media, even watch talking head YouTube videos like this one. And sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, it's a foldable, so I open it up for the bigger screen. So yeah, the Pixel Pro Fold kind of underlines that point or asks that question of what is a foldable for, and the answer seems to be for people that exclusively want to split screen multitask or watch a lot of spreadsheets. But that brings me to our next point, which is software. And hands down, you can do more on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Okay, so it supports an S Pen, which you do have to buy separately, but in general, I can get behind this functionality. It's a booklet-shaped thing, and Samsung's stylus is excellent for writing and sketching, so it just makes sense. I do use the S Pen fairly regularly on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, maybe not daily, but once a couple of days. I like to jot down certain ideas as they flow out of my mind, and I very specifically love to cross out and mark dates on the calendar with the S Pen. So if I were to pick a foldable for myself, I would very naturally float towards a Z Fold with an S Pen case. Then, and by now, every time I bring this up, I'm being made fun of at the office, but the Z Fold 6 has Samsung's DeX. If you didn't know, that's a feature where you can hook up the Galaxy Z Fold or a Galaxy S24 to an external monitor and you get a desktop computer-like UI to work in. Now, you may not be interested or planning to use it, but it's kinda cool to know that my $1,800 device can do this if the need arises. After all, it is being marketed as a productivity machine. Now, Google does have the new Gemini AI and new features that will be coming in sequential drops, timely on the Pixel devices of course. Which, cool, you'll get the new ones on the Pixels first. But Google did point out that it wants to bring Gemini to all of Android, and it's working on a very close partnership with Samsung, and there's Galaxy AI on this thing, so you're not missing out on that much if you don't go for the Pixel. At least I don't feel like. So in terms of what you can do on the phone in general, I feel like the Z Fold 6 has the win here. Which rolls over neatly to the next point, which is performance. Now, I do want to state that I've been using the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and for the whole time I haven't felt any stutters, any lagging. I have no complaints. However, it is a fact that the Tensor G4 chip in this is not as fast as modern flagship phone processors. The Qualcomm Snapdragon Gen 3 for Galaxy in this one just runs laps around it. Real talk, of course Google will know how to optimize Android to work on the Tensor, and of course most app and game developers out there don't only make their stuff for the most powerful thing, so yes, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold runs everything fine, even games. But both this and this now come with the promise that they will be receiving software updates for the next 7 years. Now, if I'm spending 1800 today and hoping to keep the phone for like 5, 6, 7 years, I would always bet on the more powerful processor because, you know, headroom. Let's talk a bit about the cameras then. My take is that they are around the same ballpark. When you put the photos side by side, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 wins most of the comparisons. It has slightly better contrast, more vibrancy in the colors, slightly better details in most scenarios. However, sometimes the image algorithm fumbles the bag, so the Pixel Fold comes out with a bit better photos. But in general, I find the Galaxy Z Fold 6 has the slightly better camera. The one point where the Pixel 9 Pro Fold wins is with the zoomed in shots, because the Pixel has a 5x zoom camera, of course, and the Z Fold 6 has a 3x zoom camera, so the Pixel already has a better jumping off point. If you're taking a photo at like 10x zoom, it will give you a clearer photo. Sure. Now, moving on to speakers, both of these can be looked at as multimedia machines, and they both have stereo speakers, which can get decently loud. Now, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold sounds okay, but it lacks a good bass, and its higher mid-range can sound a bit grating. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 speakers have a deeper, more expressed bass, a sound that is much wider than you would assume, and I don't even mind listening to music through them. So that's another win. In the end, you can probably already tell that I'm kind of favoring the Galaxy Z Fold 6 here. It just feels like it's doing a bit more to sell itself as a productive smartphone. It can do some more things. It also tries to give you that marriage of the small screen, big screen phone experience, which may not be the best decision, but at least Samsung has some idea of what it wants to do with the foldable form factor. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold feels like it's made specifically for that small subset of Pixel fans that may also have some fold envy. Now, if you look at the Pixel 9 Pro XL, it has the better camera, huge display, and it's probably the better purchase in the long run. But if you absolutely want a Pixel 9 Pro that can also unfold, here it is. What do you say? Which one of these would you pick up? Drop a comment, subscribe while you're at it, and sure, drop a like. No, it's okay. Thanks. See ya.